Hey folks, Arizona guy here. It is the day before Thanksgiving, 2024. Phoenix, Arizona is a beautiful day. It's about 72 degrees. It's absolutely wonderful. So again, I came up here to the grocery store. Gonna make Mrs. Arizona a small Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. So I just bought a couple of small chicken breasts that I can throw in the oven. And we'll have some mashed potatoes and gravy and some green beans. Maybe a little pumpkin pie for dessert. Because it's just her and I this year. We're not going anywhere. Nobody's coming over. So it'll just be a small, quiet dinner with the two of us. So anyway, I hear all this stuff in the media about Trump's plan to tariff other countries. And oh my God, the left, they're literally having nightmares over this. I mean, they do not understand fair trade or what should be fair trade at all. Like I knew back in the 1970s and 80s when I saw some imported cars show up in my hometown in about probably 1975 or so. Datsun cars and Datsun pickups began to show up. And right then and there, I even told my father that this is the beginning of the end to America's automotive industry. These things are coming into our country. They're lower priced than American vehicles, and people are not paying huge tariffs on them, as they should. You see, there are no, if you go to Europe, you go to Norway, people aren't driving Chevy Caprices or Cadillac vehicles or Ford Mustangs in Norway because they simply do not take our automobiles. So if they want to send an automobile here, and they're very popular, say an Audi, say a Mercedes-Benz, then they should be hugely, hugely tariffed. If you want to drive an Audi and you want to buy it brand new, then you should have to pay a $3,500 tariff on that vehicle to be able to buy it in America. That's just fair trade. I mean, you're destroying the American automobile industry because you're not buying a Ford or you're not buying a Chevrolet Silverado. It's absolutely crazy, folks, that tariffs went out and leftist free trade came in. Free trade meaning they don't pay any tariffs to bring their garbage into our country. And therefore, they're not taking our product. So if you want fair trade, if they're tariffing Harley Davidson motorcycles, just say, which, by the way, are no longer made in America, they're now made in India, because Harley Davidson packed up and moved their production to India, so there's no way I would ride a Harley Davidson motorcycle anymore. At least not buy a new one that is shipped over here from India. So the whole country went to this globalization process. But people in the media, you know what they're complaining about today? No, I don't eat avocados on anything. I don't eat guacamole. I can't stand this stuff. So I couldn't care less about the price of avocados. I don't care. I tried guacamole. It's not my thing. It's nasty. So I don't eat avocados. Never have. Don't like them. Don't want anything to do with them. So personally, I don't care about the price of an avocado. I don't use avocados for anything. But now the big thing is, oh, the price of guacamole is going up. Now, folks, the tariff is not even in place yet. And the left is running around like a pile of rabbits, trying to stir everybody up. Do Americans not realize that avocados are grown almost everywhere? Avocados are grown in California. Avocados are grown in Florida. Hell, avocados are grown out here in Arizona. A lot of people have avocado trees here. So they're grown all over the country. Yes, we probably do get the largest majority of avocados from Mexico. But if the price of avocados go up 25 cents a pound or whatever, is it really killing you? Isn't securing the damn border more important than the price of your guacamole? It is. Trust me. And you can get guacamoles from California, Arizona, Florida. You do not have to buy Mexico-provided avocados if you want them so damn bad. Go get them from America. So anyway, folks, I watch liberals pulling their hair out over the price of possibly, it's not even true yet, possibly the price of guacamole going up. Wow, like that's a huge, big, important thing. Do you realize how much business, how much industry the country of Mexico has literally stolen from America? Is it too much to ask the country of Mexico to stop the migrant caravans before our country gets invaded? Is it too much to ask that Mexico help us? In my opinion, we have a poor relationship with the country of Mexico, our neighbor to the south. They should do everything they can to secure their border so the people from Colombia and El Salvador and wherever else don't come up through their country to get into America. Mexico should shut them down at their southern border so they cannot come through the country of Mexico and get in and invade our country. So yes, if we have to punish Mexico, I am all for it, folks. I just want you to know. Because it pisses me off that Ford, Chrysler have left America and decided that they were going to build American cars in Mexico. So should there be a tariff on that Chrysler product coming across the border into the United States from Mexico? Hell yes, there should be. And if I wanted to drive a Chrysler product and it was going to cost me an extra $1,500, $1,800 and I wanted it, I would spend the money for the tariff. Absolutely. Because the car is not made in America and it is not made by American workers. Period. And for all the people that have Kias and Hyundais and whatever that want to come in here and preach that, oh, Kia's more American than Ford. Whatever, folks. You can have that argument. But to me, if you have a Kia or a Hyundai, it might be assembled. It might be assembled in America. However, every part for that car that's getting assembled in America came over on a ship. Those parts to build that car were not made in America. So personally myself, I have been all for tariffing other countries my entire life. That is called fair trade. You tariff me, I tariff you. Not, I don't tariff you and you send all your products into this country and America pays a penalty in industry because of it. No, I'm not for that. I want businesses to come back into the country, not move away from the country, to come back to the country. And I think Donald Trump and his new cabinet know more about business and how to make America great again, industry-wide, rather than some idiot on a, leftist news network. I mean, I watch little tidbits from MSNBC, and they don't have business people on there. They have political analysts, political people come onto their show without any business sense at all and give opinions on what they feel. I mean, the people over on the liberal networks don't ever ask them, what are your credentials for making such a statement? Oh, they pay me to be on TV. That's the entire media. Oh, they pay me to be on TV, so I give my opinion, and people that watch this channel, ABC, CBS, whatever it may be, and they're taking the advice or the opinion of a political analyst, someone without any business certification, business degree, owning a business, running a business, a political analyst without any actual invested anything. So they don't know. They just come on there, oh, Donald Trump said he's going to tariff things, and oh, prices are going to get higher than they are now. Which is totally, folks, totally false. Totally false. You know, before the income tax was brought in, the income tax was supposed to be a temporary thing, just for a couple of years or more to get us through the war years, to get some money back into the government, and it never went away. But before the income tax, America was a wealthy country, but they tariffed. We had a tariffed economy, and America was booming in the days before they brought in the national income tax. And if you don't believe me, you can go Google it. You can go find out on your own. There was no income tax in America. America used tariffs to bring in money for the government. And America at the time was perfectly fine financially. So one thing I wanted to go over with you is the government losing so much money. I think it's $624 billion. No accountability with the government. Just, we don't know. We just spend money like crazy. We don't know where it goes. We don't know what it's used for. We just spend money, and we need more taxes from the taxpayers so we can waste more money. I mean, that's how the government operates. It operates kind of like the Harris-Walz campaign. I mean, they are $20 million in the hole after spending $1 billion. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, they cannot even afford to pay their campaign staffers. They literally went out and set up a GoFundMe page to pay Democrat staffers. They wanted to raise $20 million or $25 million, and they've only raised 16, I think, just to pay their staffers. It's crazy, folks. Absolutely crazy. But Kamala Harris ran her campaign spending money like drunken sailors because she's a government person. That's what she's used to doing. It doesn't matter where the money comes from. It's like magic money. They just pull it out of the cloud. That's how the government is used to spending our hard-earned American tax dollars. And I find it pathetic. Just remember the article, Shrimp on Treadmills? How fast can a shrimp run on a specially made shrimp treadmill, which literally cost millions and millions of dollars? Who needed that information about a shrimp running on a treadmill? Who required that information in our government? Now, I could go through a whole litany of stuff, but if you're on X, go look at Marsha Blackburn's tweet where she lists, I think it is, 22 things where the government has been spending money. It's absolutely insane. So all I want as a Trump supporter is some sanity brought back to the insanity of the government. The government needs wholeheartedly accountability without question. Period. I mean, how do you think we're now in, what is it, $36 trillion in debt? We're basically a bankrupted country because of the national debt. So if Trump wants to put tariffs on to bring more money back to the government, I'm all for it. One thing else that I'm all for is NATO. How many of you approve of NATO? All these countries, man, if they attack you, we'll protect you. And if they attack us, you protect us. And it's a big game. But seriously, folks, do you think a small country in NATO could protect us? What if the other countries in NATO chose not to, and only one country in NATO chose to? What could they do? They couldn't do very much to protect us. So you have to realize that we're on our own as the United States of America. We're on our own anyway. It does not matter. And NATO, in decades and decades and decades of the past, have never, ever paid their fair share. Now, Donald Trump, in his first term, actually began forcing NATO countries to pay up. And we literally brought in, as a country, billions of dollars because Trump was getting the NATO countries to begin paying us, who paid us nothing under the Bush administration, the Obama administration, because nobody cared. We can just print money. We don't need them to pay. It looks good that we send them money, but they don't have to pay us back. No, it's okay. America doesn't require that money. We'll just tax the people more. It'll be okay. We'll get through. How many billions, as of right now, have they sent to the Ukraine? It's your money, folks. They are packaging your money that you worked for, and they're sending it to the Ukraine. Like $61 billion or some garbage like that. And I, for one, certainly do not want to fund a war between Russia and the Ukraine. I don't even want to pay a dime. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people dying in that war on both sides, the Russians and the Ukrainians. Just call off the damn war. Stop sending money. Just step up to the plate and tell Vladimir Putin it ain't gonna happen. Knock it off. But these liberals who I see on TV and who I see as part of the Biden administration, oh, Putin's too tough for us. We don't want to come across as being a tough guy. I mean, masculinity and toughness, folks, in the Biden years was flushed down the toilet. I like Trump because Trump is tough, man. Trump tells them where the bears shit in the woods. You know, knock it off or else. That's what we need. I'm tired of these weak leaders, man. Weakness doesn't get your country anywhere at all. And then they'll say, oh, Trump is a dictator. Trump is this. Trump is a tyrant. Trump is a fascist. Trump is this. Trump is that. I don't know, folks. I tune it out. I absolutely do not listen to it. I don't want to hear it. It's nothing but a bag of trash. That's what leftists spew every day on those shows. Garbage. They are garbage. Because they don't want to fix the problems in America. They just want to tax you more so they can have more spending in government. They don't want to rein anything in. They want to tax you more so they can spend more. That's it. And then I saw this person this morning. Well, Trump and his cabinet, there's several billionaires in Trump's cabinet. They're just out for themselves. No. By saying that, there's two things. You either sound really stupid or you sound jealous. And I believe that the majority of people believe that it sounds jealous. Those billionaires, they began businesses and they earned their money. They're billionaires because they earned their money. They worked. They created a business. They did things. I don't know, folks, man. I listen to these people. It is no wonder why about 37% of the country has quit watching news at all, because for 4 years all you've heard, Orange Man bad, Orange Man bad. A country does not survive on the policy of Orange Man bad. Just is never, ever going to be a thing. America will rage ahead because of smart people doing the right thing. That is the only way a country survives. So if you're one of those that don't believe that policy, then I'm sorry. Believe that Kamala Harris was ahead in the polls. Go ahead and believe that. The leftists in the media told you, they blatantly lied to you that Kamala was ahead in the polls. Why did they say that? Because they were literally being paid millions of dollars to say that. Kamala Harris spent, I think it's $450 million on advertising. So the advertising agencies got filthy rich running ads for someone that they knew did not have a chance of winning. But they didn't care. You want to run the ad and you're going to pay me $15 million? Hey, we're on it. We're going to do it. And the people in the media were paid millions, like Rachel Maddow, paid millions to lie to you that Kamala's ahead of Trump in the polls. Kamala's winning Iowa by 15 points. They were paid to say that. And if you believed that, then I really, really don't think much of you. Because everybody in the media is being paid to flaunt a certain idea. And if you don't get that, then I feel bad for you. Anyway, folks, I'm going to run home, put my stuff away, talk to Mrs. Arizona a little bit, maybe watch a little TV. I'll tell you what, a great show is, and I don't know if you've seen it, but on Netflix, there's a series called Heartland. That is a great, great show. It was on for 16 seasons. Me and Mrs. Arizona watched every episode of that. It's about a ranching family. It's about their daughter that takes care. She has a special kind of behavior. She has talents about how to take care of horses. It is a great, great show. And I wish they would make Heartland 2. Because there's not enough shows like that on television that are family oriented, and they're very, very good to watch. And they're easy to watch. I mean, there's no drug use, there's no, how do you say it, strange behavior. They're just decent family shows. And I, for one, wish there was more of that in the country. I get so tired of seeing woke. I just want to watch a movie. I don't want to witness woke in a movie. There's no need for it in America. And more than half of the country is done with it. We don't want it. We don't want to hear about it. We don't want to hear about males in female bathrooms. We don't want to hear about males competing in female things. We're done with it. We are done with it. We don't want to hear anything about it. We're done. So you're going to have to get over yourselves and go back to living a normal life. If you need woke in your life, then do it, but don't force it on us. So anyway, folks, I hope that you tomorrow will have a great, great Thanksgiving Day. And I hope that you don't talk about political issues during your Thanksgiving event, because there might be some Kamala voters that don't want your honesty. I'm just putting that out there. Because honesty to a Democrat or a leftist, honesty is not good, especially if it's your honesty and not theirs. So be very careful in your holiday conversations, or they might unfriend you on Facebook. So be terrified. They may stop following you on X. So be terrified. I'm just telling you. Anyway, folks, that's what I got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Go out in the world, do something nice for somebody, and truly enjoy your holiday in 2024. Because come January 2025, the leftists in the media are going to ramp up their hatred of the orange man. So it's probably best after January 20th to just shut your TVs off, fold your laptop down, and get away from the media. Because the Trump cabinet, they're going to destroy the leftist media hugely. Because I think Trump is sick and tired of the absolute trash that they have been putting out for the last 4 or more years. So anyway, folks, Arizona guy out.